Hey, this is Ivar Bjørnson from Enslaved. You're watching Pure Grain Audio, and this is
Metal or Not.
Condoms are pretty metal, because without condoms, population would be even bigger and the world would be even more full of not good people. Bubble baths, they're pretty decadent, so I would say that is metal, but it depends, if you go in the bubble bath with the motivation of being decadent and overindulging, that's metal. If you do it to have a nice cozy time and get away from the stress of everyday life, it's not metal, so it's a two-faced thing. Public transportation, that's pretty metal, because it's, it stinks, it's bumpy. It's pretty much like being on a tour bus, except you can't lie down. So I would say it's very metal. Ice cream? That's a tough one. Because you got, the whole snow and frost element, which is kind of metal. But it's also kind of, not so metal. It's very, how to say, it's not very majestic, the whole, looking at the cone and then you spit it over and it's not. But the main argument is it's not beard friendly, so I'm going to say it's not metal. Beards are metal. It's it's like having a forest in your face, so it's good. It's metal. That's one of the weird ones because I'm afraid it's metal, but I don't like it. So that's one of the few things about metal I don't like. It's pissing in public. Star Wars is the epitome of metal. Just Darth Vader and the Emperor, those guys. Even the good guys are metal in Star Wars. It's pretty epic. Marriage, I think that's metal because it's hell on earth. I'm being funny here. That's not metal because the moment it gets defined as metal, you'll start having them from, if that's defined as metal. I think it's enough that guy from Fear Factory supposedly did the porn. I haven't seen it, but just knowing that it's out there is fucking teared my life apart. And no more sex tapes, please. It's not metal. Metallica, yeah, you have to give them metal. They're like. They're like the rest of us. We do silly stuff from time to time and then we come back and do good stuff, so they're definitely metal. Chick flicks, that's so not metal that it's not possible to describe in words. It's the opposite of metal. There you go, that's not metal. Yeah, Vikings are metal. Like if you're talking about the historical people or whatever, and then the whole roll around the world and discover and fight and all that stuff, that's metal. The TV series, not so sure, because it seems to be it's so off, and metal is, even in all its cheesiness, like with Maiden doing their historical things, it still puts high value into accuracy, and this television series Vikings is so off that it can't be called metal. But people, yes. TV series, no. Yeah, that's metal. It's metal from the good things with beautiful nature and dramatic nature and mythology and all that stuff, and it's metal in its cheesiness too. A lot of the preconceptions about the caveman metal mentality is actually pretty accurate. Margaritas, I do love them and drink a lot of them, but I have to admit it's not very metal. Enslaved, I think, is a good definition of metal. We're torn between silliness and seriousness, between margaritas and real beer. It's a French hat and a Viking helmet, it's all at the same time, so yeah. Enslaved is metal for good and bad.
Metal